like $10. So we're looking for caramelization. Oh yeah, that side was hot. And if we have the time, which we do, we can caramelize it on all sides. So about a minute aside. This grill pan is pretty hot at this point. But we don't want to redo any side. We have our show stop inside. We're good. Something I love about these like sweeter marinades too is that it helps promote the caramelization that we see even right here. 50 seconds. I know not a lot of us are big grillers, but we can also bake these in the oven. I just want you to like sear it just a little bit. Oop. And use the other pork tenderloin to help you cook the first one. All right. Look at how gorgeous those look. It smells like barbecue season to me in here. Uh-oh, is this one dead? Oh, shoot, it's dead. No. All right, let's see. What do we got to probe? What do we got to probe? Turn down the heat for now so that can do its thing. All right, looks like we're gonna go old-fashioned today. So we got a good sear. I'm gonna remove them to our pan right now, and we're gonna bring it back to our cutting board, just so I can show you some tricks in case this ever happens to you. As soon as you take meat off of the cutting board, it is going to rest immediately. It's a mistake to gauge the temperature without the meat resting just a little bit before you put it back in some hot area. So just to show you, I can feel this side here is way more cooked than the interior side, and it's by pushing on it. You know, we've all cooked before. We all know what something raw feels like. I can tell this is raw. So I always teach the fingers, finger, 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 finger. Pinky is when that meat is tight, pretty well done. Ring finger to thumb, not putting any pressure on that. So you might feel pressure when you first, then just kind of relax it and then press. And then middle finger and then index finger. So we want it to feel at least like your thumb and index finger. So there's at least a little spring. But when you push in and you can feel like just squishy, it's not ready. So I'm gonna throw it in the oven. That pan cooked it really fast. We'll let that finish cooking. It'll probably take, I'm gonna guess it's gonna take like anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. But that's perfect because I can make the rice now. So let's set an 8-minute timer. Okay, so, let's make this rice. So like I said, I cooked some white rice. It's about 3 cups of rice. I'm gonna add a little salt to our food processor, along with, we have 4 cups of spinach, a half a cup of parsley, and some mint. But if you're a mint lover, or if you're a dill lover, use dill. If you're a cilantro lover, use cilantro. If you just want parsley, or if you just have parsley, use parsley. It's really just about the flavor, the essence it's going to give, and especially serving it up with this pork and this peach salsa, I think it'll be really, really good. I'm lucky enough to have a little bit of mint and a little bit of dill, so I'm going to use both of them because I love that flavor. And you put it all together and you get Green Goddess. That is the Green Goddess method. Green Goddess method is to just throw as many herbs as possible into something. Okay, dill goes in. Now, it's just like the best way to incorporate spinach into things. I feel like spinach is like such a ultimate flex. Like, ooh, there's spinach in here. Yum. So I'm adding in some lime juice. Ooh, juicy limes. And we're gonna mix. Spoiler alert, I already did make one of these because we have to get photography of everything as we go. But I know it comes out really good. Did I put oil in here? I don't think I did. A little oil is gonna help weigh down some of these herbs. 2 tablespoons of oil is all we need. All right, looking good. Y'all, thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. For those of you who are just joining us, we are making a green rice with spinach and herbs and some cooked rice, kind of like a different version of fried rice, but with pesto, a version of pesto. We got some pork in the oven, and we got some cherry tomatoes in the fridge, or some Campari tomatoes stuffed with cheese. Yeah, wait till you see it at the end. All right. It looks so good. So something about spinach, when you're mixing it up, it's gonna look a little grainy is the way I like to put it. Like it does happen to look unlike pesto because obviously we don't have the nuts in here or the cheese or the garlic, but it's kind of just like our chimichurri. It's kind of like our blend. I'm gonna taste it. Wants to taste a little bit like salt. Obviously, we're gonna taste the herbaceousness of all of it, but I want to taste salt and lemon. Mmm. Mmm. That's so good. So I grew up with like a very um a very unadventurous palate, and if I was a kid seeing mint and parsley and dill go in here, I'd be like, whoa, that sounds like overkill. But I promise you, it balances so well. It just has this very unique flavor to it. One more blend for good luck. Try not to make a mess. And let's scoop this out into our little bowl. What we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up the rice. So I've already cooked this rice a couple hours ago. I want it to be this thing where we have leftover rice. You can use this with your leftover rice from like going to a Mexican restaurant. They always give you so much rice. And it's such a great way to just reuse it up and make something completely new. I know it's hard to think about it, but these are those utility belt things you pull out when you're like, oh, I don't want to spend money, but I want to make something really good. Like I said, all you need is spinach and parsley, if at the very minimum, what you want to do. You don't even need fresh lemon or lime. You can just use vinegar and then a little salt, and you're good. Okay, this is what it looks like. Here's our cute little pesto. Very, very cute. Very nice looking. If you were here for our spring salads and sides class, you'll notice kind of similarly how we made this pesto to the one we did for the gnocchi. But yeah, okay. So all that is for execution. I have a little vegetable broth. You do not need vegetable broth. You can totally use water, but it's going to just help to stop the cooking process and help us mix in the pesto. So I have a pan set up here. What would you call this pan? I have I write for this recipe blog all the time, and I always say a non-stick pan, a saute pan, but I never know what to exactly call this type of pan. I know it's like a saucier, but I don't really want to say that in recipe blog speech. Is it a skillet? Would you call it? I'm not sure. Anyway, here we go. Let me know in the comments though. I'm gonna add in my broth first. It's gonna kind of be the base. Your rice may stick a little bit while you're heating this up, but that's just like any rice. So don't fear it. We're adding a lot of liquid to this, so it's going to help it stay a little loosey-goosey. But yeah, that vegetable broth is that first one to just help us break up some of this white rice. It'll pretty much instantly be absorbed by the rice. Yep, instantly it is gone. Look at it. None. Yeah, I'll just show you. There's no broth anymore. So I had a half a cup on there. You might need it. Again, the broth is just for some extra flavor. Sometimes I'll add like chicken bouillon base. If anyone's had better than bouillon, shout out to my Aunt Pam. It is such a good thing. It used to have soy in it. Now it doesn't have soy. It's pretty awesome. Okay, pesto in. I know we're throwing green stuff in rice. It's just, it's the new like broccoli and rice. Okay, that's my timer. I'm going to pull out my pork really quick while that's heating up. I'm not worried at all. My pork is not cooked still. That was 8 minutes. I'm going to give it 4 more minutes, and we're going to stir this rice up. Perfect timing, because we'll probably be done with the rice by then. All right. So I'm just stirring her up. We don't want to really cook this too much, right? Like, the more we cook this, the more this bright green goes into a dull, like, I don't know, mustardy green, I want to say. Like, goes into this brownish green. But this works in so many ways. Like, so you can use, I've done this with peas. I've done this with snap peas, snow peas. I've put pistachios in this. It's all about what you're serving it with. But, I think we all forget how much we love rice pilaf, and rice pilaf is made just by adding flavor to rice. And man, do I love my rice flavorful. Look at this rice, everybody. That's why it's important to salt that pesto mixture, because we don't really need to salt the rice. What we're doing is just trying to steam the rice a little bit, heat it up. Tasting. Mmm. Oh, it's so good. I honestly feel like it doesn't need salt, but I'm just going to sprinkle some more in because I can't help myself. Also going to put in some more lime because I want this to be a little more on the acidic side than normal. And again, it sounds so weird. We're talking about rice being acidic, but some people do like rice salad. I've never grown up with that, but I sure do make rice a lot as a private chef nowadays. So it's a great side, and it's gluten-free. Okay, let's plate this up in a bowl for y'all to see how delicious this rice looks. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The steam heat is just coming off this rice. It is wonderfully heated at this point. Let me get a little plate to set up our tomatoes, just to show off some of those tomatoes to those of you who are just joining us. Also realizing, use that for raw meat. Okay. So here's our little tomatoes, our pimento cheese stuffed tomatoes. These are Campari tomatoes. a little sweeter than your classic cherry, or sorry, just as sweet as your classic cherry, just a little bit sweeter than your classic Roma tomato or other vine ripened tomato. Oh my gosh, look at how adorable. They look like hot pimento, like they look like pimento peppers. Look at those, baby. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So put that there. I'll put that there. And we are just about ready. 20 seconds for our pork. Let's take it out. I'm going to do a cardinal sin of pork where I'm going to start carving it as soon as it comes out just because I don't want you guys sitting there. Again, next week we are doing 4th of July celebration. So if you were looking for any inspiration pre 4th of July, we'd love to see you. And all right, so our pork is pretty much there. I can see one pork tenderloin isn't so much there. Maybe even this one. The ends are done. The inside is the sketchy part. So does anybody know what temp we cook pork to? So proper temperature cooking for pork is my question. Anybody have an idea what we go for? Yeah, so I'm getting not a lot of spring back, but when I go on the sides, getting a little spring back here. So I'm worried about the center there. I'm definitely worried about all the juices running out, but you know what? I'm just gonna have to get over it. This is live TV, baby. All right, do we have any guesses? No? Nah. Sorry if you guys are delayed. I asked too soon. Joanne. Joanne, my mom? Oh, my mom guessed 165. So close, Mom. Yes, Christine. Ding, ding, ding. We have an answer. We have a winner. 145 is where we're going. 165 is for chicken. Chicken alone. That's what we care about for chicken. For pork, it's nice to go to 145. People don't know that pork can be cooked to medium. So I like to take it out at 140 and then let it carry over to 145. That's the way you're going to get it the most tender, or if you brine that pork as well. Yes, I am stalling so that this burnt pork can rest a little bit. Oh, I'm so worried for that center. All right. So I'm going to cut it towards you because we're gonna go in with this with confidence. But if things go awry, I don't know. We can blame Joanne. All right, here we go. So I'm going to cut on a bias. I should be using a slicing knife, but I'm not. Oh, yeah. So this is great. I can tell that it's not going to be cooked as we cut more. Oh, it looks pretty good. I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot here, talking crap about it. We just don't want to see raw pork on the inside here, okay? So we're getting to that point. But we're actually at a point right now where it's pretty juicy. It's just this is a fatter end here that scares me. So you know what? We're just going to makeshift it and pretend like we know what we're doing here. I'm just going to cut the ends. Yes. So you see we have a little bit of pink there. That is not raw. That is not undercooked. If we let it rest for 10 minutes, it would be that beautiful hue that we got from pork. But yeah, I am going to put the rest of that back in the oven. I will not bore you with that, but I will plate this up so you can see what it looks like while this other pork finishes cooking. It looks like duck. Like it just looks so pretty. Okay. So let me get a cuter plate because we're on a smaller section here. Yeah, Let's do this. You'll see it online where it's full and gorgeous. But at our class here, we're just going to kind of rock with what we got. So a nice shingled pattern. We can see those grill marks. Oh, it looks so pretty. And then I'm just going to sneak in one more piece here. Like that. Like so. I'm going to move my cutting board out of my workspace, and we're going to plate it up with some salsa before tasting. Okay. Ooh, baby. Ooh, sorry. I'll be right here, Mark. Okay. So we got our beautiful peach salsa here with some parsley, some jalapeno, onion, lime juice. You can add some honey to it if you'd like it to be a little sweeter. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. That's so yummy. Ooh, it's got some heat to it. Adding a little salt, a little more lime. Toss, toss, toss. Ooh, that's so nice. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of it. And we're going to just drizzle it throughout the middle of each one. If it falls, it falls. That just makes it look prettier. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Now tell me you wouldn't be surprised at a grill menu that features something like that. Yum. Okay. Time for everyone's favorite part. Time for the taste test. Bring Mark over in a second once we got this framed up on just the food. Gotcha. Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. Our recipe packet, I forgot to mention, it is going to be linked in the comments above. Please grab that. It's free. It's awesome. We benefit in no way from you having it. So it's just a great recipe for you guys to just hold on to in some way that you can use it. Like I said, it's a great pork marinade if you're not into the peach salsa. It's a great pimento cheese recipe. It's a great way to make pasta. Really delicious and easy as well. Sorry, Mark. Where is that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, we got 2 minutes on that timer. Maybe add one more minute. Mark's here. Okay, so let's dive into the pork first.
All right.
Go ahead and grab yourself a piece. Get some of that salsa on top. Cut beautifully. Yeah, you got to scavenge. Cheers.
The sweetness of the fruit.
The sweetness of the fruit's really nice.
Well with the pork.
It's spicy. I wish I let the pork marinate a little longer so it gets more of that flavor. And then maybe a bit of salting. The exterior and like absorb a lot of that salt. But
Very good.
it's so tender, and then the crunch of the salsa is so yummy.
Yeah, that's all good.
Let's try one of these.
All right, you eat these whole. This is kind of a big bite.
It is a bite, but don't eat it whole. I'll take a bite and then try. Okay, here we go. You can see that on like a little plate, right? It's like light too, in a nice way. Let me show you just like what it looks like. It's really cute.
Yeah, this is really good.
It's probably better with the smaller ones. You got a big one. The tomato makes it so like refreshing. It cuts that cheese so much.
Mhm. That's delicious. Yeah.
Yum. Hell yeah. Okay. Last but not least, let's try this rice. So green rice with some spinach, some parsley, some mint, some dill, some lime.
Yeah.
Mmm. It's so subtle.
Again, so refreshing.
Yeah. That's what summer's all about, right? You want
Yeah.
it to be a little refreshing, not super heavy
What a
feeling on
great
you.
meal, like all of that together.
Yeah. Oh, thanks,
Mm.
Mark.
That rice and that pork, they're both such like good compliments to each other too.
Yeah, and putting them together, how fun would it be to just see, like, this beautiful peach salsa with this like, very vibrant in your face
Totally.
green.
I'm gonna take this to go.
Yeah, take it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Awesome. Okay. Well, y'all, if you're still hanging out here, thank you for hanging with us. Um, happy Wednesday again. That is my pork. What a great sign off. We are doing 4th of July recipes. We're making chicken legs. We're making Sonoran hot dogs. Thanks to everybody for that feedback today about that. And then we're also making a watermelon elote corn salad. So join us here next week at 1 p.m. Don't forget, 1 p.m. So 3 p.m. Pacific or 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everybody.